Aluminium is the most abundant metal in the Earth's crust. Its main ore is bauxite, which is aluminium oxide mixed with impurities such as sand and iron oxide. The impurities make it reddish-brown. These are the steps in obtaining aluminium. First, geologists test rocks and analyze the results to find out how much bauxite there is. If the test is satisfactory, mining begins. Bauxite is red-brown in colour and is usually near the surface, so it's pretty easy to dig up. The picture shows a bauxite mine in Jamaica. The ore is taken to a bauxite plant where impurities are removed. The result is white aluminium oxide, also known as alumina. The alumina then undergoes electrolysis to give aluminium. It may be sent to another country with cheaper electricity for this. The aluminium is made into sheets and blocks and sold to other industries. It has a great many uses. For example, it is used to make drinks cans, food cartons, cooking foil, bikes, TV aerials, electricity cables, ships, trains, and even aircraft. The electrolysis is carried out in a large steel tank. This is lined with carbon, which acts as the cathode. Big blocks of carbon hang in the middle of the tank and act as the anodes. Alumina melts at 2045 degrees centigrade. It would be impossible to keep the tank that hot. So instead, the alumina is dissolved in molten cryolite, or sodium aluminium fluoride, which has a much lower melting point. Once the alumina dissolves, its aluminium and oxide ions are free to move, and they move to the electrode of opposite charge. At the cathode, reduction takes place and the aluminium ions gain electrons. At the anode, oxidation takes place and the oxygen ions lose electrons. The oxygen gas bubbles off and reacts with the anode, oxidizing the carbon, so the carbon blocks get eaten away and need to be replaced. Overall, the alumina is broken down, giving aluminium. The aluminium drops to the bottom of the cell as molten metal at the cathode, and this is run off at intervals. Some will be mixed with other metals to make alloys, and some is run into moulds to harden into blocks and sell on to other industries. Aluminium is a bluish silver shiny metal. It's light because it has a low density. Iron's 3 times heavier. It's a good conductor of heat and electricity. It's malleable, it's ductile, it resists corrosion because there's a fine coat of aluminium oxide that forms on its surface and acts as a barrier. It's not very strong when pure, but it can be made much stronger by mixing it with other metals to form alloys. It's generally non-toxic, so it's not harmful to health, but taking it in large quantities could harm you. My tip for anyone wanting to get top grades in this section would be to focus on what's actually happening in the large steel tank, the electrolysis. The lining of carbon, which acts as the cathode, the big blocks of carbon that hang in the middle of the tank act as the anode, the role of molten cryolite, and how it lowers the melting point of alumina from 2045 degrees to 950 degrees. Focus on those points and you should be able to find great success. Good luck with your exams.